So I'm sure there's women watching us and they're thinking, I don't want a social media account and I don't have time for that. It's just another thing for me to keep up with. Because if we're being real, it's like a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. Just making it fun.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're being serious about it, it's like a full-time job to be able to be a content creator, to be able to continue to make the videos, keep up with all of it, respond to the people, all the marketing channels, all of the things, right? We are at a mastermind event, and while my girls are out doing their coaching, I am recording like 6 back-to-back podcasts.
Yes.
And we're not participating in the whole event because we're on the side doing our job for that. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes it's not an easy sell on you should have a social media account that is active. What do you say to them, and how do you convince them that it is worth their time when they're already overcommitted?
Well, I'm like a little harsh and I cut the fluff. You have to have social media. So period, the end. Like, it doesn't matter what you do in life. And like, we're here with a bunch of real estate investors. They may argue with me and say that they don't necessarily need it. But in reality, that's your portfolio. That's your resume. That is how people are going to invest in you, because they get to know who you are as a human being. And it is your street. That is literally your street credibility right now in today's time as a marketing medium. If you are overcommitted and you don't have time, which something I actually wish I would have done when I first started is outsource just mine. Yes, this is what I do. This is what we do for clients, but always I put it on the back burner because I am the business owner. So I'm like, oh, I don't need to do that right now, or I'll do it whenever I have time. I have committed in the last 6 months, maybe not even that long, to someone solely like helping me create, helping me batch create, helping write for me, all those things. And it's literally tremendously like skyrocketed my brand to the point of like, it's very clear on my messaging. It's landed me different things like speaking opportunities. It's getting me on podcasts, all those things, but those are my goals because I'm putting time and effort. I do not have time because it's working in my business instead of on my business, and time is money. So to anyone listening to this that may have like a kickback and like, I don't need social media yet. First off, yes, you do. If you are in business, whether you want to be a personal brand, if that's not your jam, whatever your business is needs to have a human being behind the brand. They need to have something of association where it is humanized. But if you can't do it because you are overcommitted to like all the things that you want to do, hire it out. Their job is to learn your every move, learn how you speak, learn how you act, learn how you respond. And you can set parameters around that. So for example, I have someone that helps me create content for me. I dump all of my content in there. I dump my podcast in there. I dump Quietly video, everything, because everything that you do is content. They go in, they edit, they write storytelling. They might ask me a question. I tell them the answer, they storytell for me. Then I go in and I approve it, or I tweak it. And as I tweak it, they start to learn me even better. But also the parameters are they don't touch my DMs, they don't touch my comments, because those are the things that like I find valuable. I'll send a voice memo. I want to respond to these comments. Those are things that I know I need to make time for, which is the other stuff that I do that is more time consuming, that I know that time is money. So outsourcing that will ultimately make you more money. So you have to know that it is important, and you have to know when to outsource when necessary.
So you mentioned something that I think is really important that we talk about. You were talking about getting intentional with your brand and the things that you're posting, because I feel like it's really easy to post about this and post about that and just like the things that you're interested in and the topic of the day. And talk us through being intentional with what you're sharing and how you're sharing it.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said it earlier today, and actually this word has come up very clearly a lot today, is we get distracted sometimes by shiny object syndrome of like, what should we talk about? What should we do? Oh, we see this person, it's working for them. When you are creating a strategy around your business and what you should post and what you should not post, a lot of times, especially in like my talks and like when I dive in with clients, I'm like, we need to take a huge step back first. Let's ask me, like we have a clarity session where it's like, what is your why? What is your mission? What are your values? What are your non-negotiables? First off, you need to know all of the answers to those, so then we can actually create the content and the strategy around it. We want to create content that showcases what you do and that you are an expert in what you do without having to sell. So a lot of times, even on like stories, for example, like I'll get on and share things about my life. Like I'm a mom, how it's been chaotic. I've had to drop the kids off. They didn't want to get out of the car, but I had to get them out of the car, and then I had to go to Legree, but then stuff with the business came up, then you have to do all these things. That's making me more human. Or maybe it's I'm crying on the internet. Like I legit cry because I've had so many people reach out to me that say, how do you do all of it? And I wanted to be a human to them. So I'm like, let me film myself, which is so psycho. If you don't do this or you're judging me, totally, it's fine. I filmed myself crying, and I took the messages that I've received and I like popped them up on my content, and people were like, holy crap, I'm not alone. in building a business or being a mom chasing her dream. So when you like think about intentional setting for your content creation, what I would ask you is, what is important to you? What do you want your consumer to know about you? What are their pain points, and what is the transformation they're going to get from either following you, buying from you, trusting you? And that's really what it is. It's not necessarily figuring out what to post or how to post. It's like, what is important to you? What do you want them to see you? What is the perception that you want them to have of you, and how you can help them in their business and in their journey?